Once upon a time, in a quiet village in India, there lived a young man named Ranak. He was diligent in his work, but his efforts were directed solely towards satisfying his desires and accumulating wealth. Morality and spirituality held little place in his life, and he became known in the village for his indulgent ways and fleeting romantic pursuits. One day, while wandering through the village, Ranak came upon a gathering of villagers listening intently to the words of a wise teacher, Gautama Buddha. Though he had heard of the Buddha before, Ranak had never taken interest. Yet something stirred within him, and for the first time, he paused to listen. The Buddha spoke with calm clarity about the importance of living a life rooted in morality and spiritual awareness, and how our actions echo beyond this life into the next. Intrigued, Ranak stayed until the talk ended. Sensing something in him, the Buddha approached and asked his name. Ranak, with honest openness, shared the story of his life, his reckless behavior, and his dependence on sensual pleasures. The Buddha listened quietly, then spoke with compassion. Ranak, each time you engage in pleasure without mindfulness, you waste a sacred potential, the seed of life. You are not only exhausting yourself, but also disregarding the gift within you that holds the power to create. These words struck Ranak deeply. He had never viewed his desires in such a light. Unsure, he asked, "Then should I stop seeking intimacy altogether?" The Buddha smiled gently. "No, Ranak. Sexuality is not to be feared. It is a beautiful part of life when approached with love, respect, and responsibility. It is not the act itself, but the intention behind it that matters. Do not squander this energy in pursuit of empty pleasure. Instead, seek connection with one who shares your values and your heart." Moved by this wisdom, Ranak began to change. He turned away from his former habits and began to live with greater intention. Though he abstained from intimacy, he felt a new emptiness. Loneliness began to stir. Doubts crept in. Would he ever find a partner who shared his values? One day, as he walked through the village, he saw a woman struggling with a heavy load. He rushed to help her, and in their shared steps, a conversation bloomed. To his quiet joy, he found in her a kindred spirit, someone who, too, valued sincerity and depth. Their bond grew, and in time, they entered into a relationship grounded in trust and shared principles. In her embrace, Ranak came to understand that intimacy was not merely physical. It was a sacred expression of love and unity. Grateful for the Buddha's guidance, Ranak eventually became a father. He and his partner raised their son with care and devotion, nurturing in him the values that had transformed Ranak's own life. He continued to study the Dharma, learning the Four Noble Truths, and walking the path of right living. Though the road was not always easy, he found peace in the practice. As years passed, Ranak grew to be a respected figure in the community, a man of wisdom and kindness. Young men came to him for guidance, and he shared the Buddha's teachings with gentle encouragement, hoping to inspire others as he had once been inspired. One day, during deep meditation, Ranak had a vision of the Buddha. The teacher spoke to him. "You have lived with integrity and purpose. You have shared the Dharma with others, but your journey continues. There is still more to give, more to learn." Ranak felt a deep joy and renewed commitment. In his final years, surrounded by family and friends, he shared the story of his transformation and urged them to walk the path of virtue and understanding. When his time came, he departed in peace, leaving behind a legacy of compassion, wisdom, and love. His story reminds us that transformation is always possible, that it is never too late to choose a life of meaning. It teaches us to value the precious gifts we are given, our time, our energy, our creative power, and to use them wisely. Ranak's life stands as a gentle yet powerful reminder. We can each begin again. Through mindfulness and moral living, we can touch the lives of others and inspire change that endures far beyond our own. And in doing so, our spirit lives on, not in name, but in the quiet goodness we leave behind.